Imagine a world where cities trembled at the sound of marching armies, where kings boasted not of mercy but of terror, where walls crumbled, captives were chained, and entire nations vanished beneath the iron grip of one unstoppable power. This was no myth, this was the Assyrian Empire, the masters of conquest and the architects of fear. The story of the Assyrian conquests begins nearly 3,000 years ago, in the heart of Mesopotamia. From a small city-state on the banks of the Tigris, Assyria rose to dominate the ancient Near East, building one of the most ruthless and efficient war machines the world had ever seen. Unlike other empires that relied on alliances and negotiation, the Assyrians relied on brutal conquest. They developed advanced siege tactics, battering rams, mobile towers, and engineering skills that made even the strongest city walls crumble. No fortress was safe when the Assyrian army appeared on the horizon. But military technology was only part of their power. The Assyrians used psychological warfare as a weapon. Their kings proudly recorded acts of terror, mass deportations, executions, and the public display of their enemies' suffering, making sure that resistance seemed, well, pretty much futile. To rebel against Assyria was to invite annihilation. Under kings like Tiglath-Pileser, the third Sargon II, and Ashurbanipal, Assyria expanded in every direction, crushing Babylon, conquering the Levant, and even marching into Egypt itself. By the 7th century BCE, their empire stretched from the Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean Sea, a vast dominion bound together by fear. But honestly, the very ruthlessness that fueled their rise also sowed the seeds of their destruction. Conquered peoples never forgot the brutality of Assyrian rule. When the empire weakened, its enemies united, and in 612 BCE, the mighty capital of Nineveh was burned to the ground. The empire of terror had fallen. The Assyrian conquests left behind more than ruins and broken kingdoms. They changed the art of war, the shape of empire, and, well, the memory of power itself. To their enemies, they were monsters. To history, they remain a reminder that empires built on fear, no matter how mighty, cannot last forever.